Welcome back to Your Go Wild. In this episode, we review our new Nissan Navara.
So it was time to change the Mitsubishi Pajero that we'd had for 12 years or more when we bought it from you. It had just over 250,000 kilometres on it. It had been really good, but it got to the point where it had become unreliable, and we're looking at doing a bigger trip, so we wanted to change it. We weren't sure whether to go for another sort of SUV four-wheel drive or a ute. We eventually decided on a ute, predominantly because they're better value for money and there was a bigger selection of utes. So for those that don't know, in Australia there's a shortage of new cars. They're all on back order. We quite like the look of the Nissan, and for most people, leaf spring suspension is apparently better on a ute because of the carrying capacity in the tray, or the way that it carries that weight. For an everyday driver, and given that our trailer is a tonne and a half, so it's not the 3.5 tons this is capable of towing, but it's just a tonne and a half, and we felt that this had a better ride empty, which sort of majority of the time is that it will be empty or very lightly loaded. So we ended up going with the Navara. We found the local Nissan dealer down at Wollongong, Southern Classic Cars, to be really helpful. The other dealers were less wanting us to drive their cars, and there was a wait for cars. So that was the second point, is we didn't really want to wait till, some of them were end of the year, and we were looking at April time or May time when we were looking. So this was a demo car that hadn't actually yet been demoed, so the car was available. We liked the white colour. We wanted to go for the Pro4X. It has some nice things from a daily drive perspective. So leather interior, the nicer wheels, and the glitzy ute finish. They also had running a deal at the time with the canopy. I prefer the look of them without the canopy, but it makes it more like an SUV for us to use with a canopy. So we went for the Pro4X with a canopy and a few other little bits of extras, brake controller and stuff that we need, tow bar and stuff that we need for towing. We quite like the interior of the Pro4X. It's quite comfortable. All of the utes that we drove were pretty utilitarian, which is, I guess, as their name suggests, they are a utility vehicle. We quite like the inside of the Nissan. We had had a new Nissan before, a completely different car, and that was quite nice to drive and nicely fitted inside. We were quite impressed also with what came with as standard with the Pro4X, which were optional upgrades on some of the other cars. There's a few things it didn't come with, which you'd expect for it to come with, and the reason it didn't come, and I'll get onto those in a second, the reason it didn't come with those things is a little bit obscure. But so this is the Pro4X, which is sort of the top of the range. They also do a thing called a Warrior, which is a Pro4X. So the local Australian company has put some different suspension, a bull bar and some other little bits on it. We decided to go for the Pro4X, and we're going to do the bull bar ourselves. We weren't so fussed with the suspension mods, with the sort of towing or four-wheel driving we'll be doing, and that was nearly a $10,000 extra for the Warrior, and I'm sure it's more capable, but wasn't really within our needs. Yeah, the model down for this was the XTX, and there are quite a lot of differences, but the XTX has electronic seats and heated seats. This doesn't have electric seats or heated seats, and when I asked why that was the case, given this is meant to be the top of the range model, they said it was because of the risk of having electronics low down in case of water ingress, which sounds like marketing to me. So it doesn't have electric seats, which
It's not a big deal really for us. It's not having the electric seats.
No, it's not. It's only
the heated seats, I think, is the issue.
Yeah, well, I'm not so worried about the heated seats.
I like a warm bum.
But it is nice because both of us drive. The cars that we have, we both just take whichever car we want to drive that day. The other car is heated memory, so you just put it on your memory setting, and you're where you comfortably sit. But hey, 15 years ago, that's how it was, and I don't think we really ever thought that we needed electric seats. But it's interesting, it doesn't have them, and it has a lot of other stuff that you'd think electric seats would have been on the list. But so it's got normal modern car stuff on it. I won't go through all of the things. The Android Auto, which is nice as standard, and it also comes with its own navigation, which is quite good. The biggest single favourite thing that we've got that was extra, I think, on all of the other cars that we looked at is the 360 degrees camera. I'm known for parking using the alloys as parking sensors, so it's really good for tight parking, backing up the trailer, just seeing how close you are to things. It's really quite impressive the way that they works. I'm sure other people watching this would have had 360 cameras. Are quite common on road cars. We've not had a road car that's had it before, so that's really neat. I think if you go into low range, there's some nice stuff. If you go into low range four-wheel drive, it puts that on automatically, so you can see what's around you. So we were surprised at how good that is, and how much we now can't live without, or I can't live without it, compared to not having it at all.
So since buying Bert, we've added a few extra things for our next big trip. An XTM sunshade, which is fantastic when it's hot and when it's raining. On the roof, we've also installed a small solar panel and battery power box on the floor of the back of the ute. It basically has the old AGM battery from the camper trailer with a 150 watt inverter, and it becomes our base for our charging device, so we can charge whilst we're driving along. Or if you want to go real remote without Ernie, the camper trailer, we can do that too. So how does the Nissan Navara go off-road? Well, so far it's coped with everything we've put it through. We obviously haven't gone too mad, as it's a brand new car.
Let's take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey. Come and groove along. Come on. Rolling on the highway, beat up. Wow. Come on. Groove along. Come on. Said babe. I said babe. Oh honey. Come and groove along. You gotta feel it. Yeah, you gotta move along.
Overall, we are really pleased with its performance so far. It's comfy to drive on the road, it handles off-road terrains really well, and it pulls the camper trailer with ease. In fact, we forget sometimes it's still attached. Next time on You'll Go Wild, we install the iMan 4x4 bull bar. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share.